Hey, great to have you here today. Could you please introduce yourself and share a little bit about what you're building and the problem you're hoping to solve?
Sure thing. Thanks for having me. My name's Austin Burrell. I'm one of the co-founders of Civic Roundtable. I'm from Long Island and worked for New York City government just before starting the work of Civic Roundtable. Our government is not a monolith. There are many agencies, community partners, and organizations involved in getting the work of solving public problems done. And what I saw working for city government is how disconnected so many of the agencies and organizations that I worked with and for really felt in the flow of work. And it was nobody's fault. It was just the tech stack and outdated databases really made it hard for people to get on the same page about what they needed to do, when they needed to do it, and who they needed to do it for. So we're building a public sector operations platform purpose-built for government agencies and their partners. And as a tech company, it's our job to build a platform that connects the dots, bridges silos, and helps all the different organizations and people that work for them do their jobs a little bit more efficiently and effectively in service of the communities that they all serve.
Is there anything that stood out to you about the tech ecosystem in New York City or anything that's been particularly helpful as you've grown your company?
I think what stood out most about working in New York City is how proximate so many of the people are to the problems that they're solving. And this is not just specific to Civic Roundtable as a GovTech company. It is specific to all organizations that are solving problems for consumers and small businesses and even financial institutions that are really at the epicenter of their work here. So the more that our team can do to get out into the field, going to city halls, going to community board meetings, visiting homeless shelters to really understand the problem we're solving is one of the unique advantages of building in New York City. We're just so close to the problems we're solving, and we are really living, breathing, and feeling the difference we can make every single day.
Is there a piece of advice that stood out to you or that you would give someone else to starting a company in New York?
Something somebody told me early in my journey back when I was working for New York City government was that there is no substitute for meeting people where they are. And that's been true not just in the work I've done in government, but the technology that our team is building for government. So the more we can do to get our team in the field, meeting with, learning from, and serving the users and agencies we work with directly, the better product we can build and the more energized we all feel at the end of the day when our product is actually in the hands of the people that we want to serve.
Is there a particular success story of Civic Roundtables that you'd be able to share? Anything that stands out to you?
Of course. The story I'll share today is actually from work we're doing right across the Hudson River with the state of New Jersey. We launched our product in service of their statewide initiative to end veterans' homelessness, which, as you could imagine, is not the job of one agency or one organization. It takes a village to serve veterans and to connect the dots across all the different agencies and service providers that are tasked with such a really tough job. And what our systems come in to do is be the digital backbone that connects the dots across all those different agencies and partners that are serving those who served. And at the end of the day, we are saving time in the way that those organizations are accessing resources and guidance, making connections, facilitating handoffs, and at the end of the day, rehousing veterans faster than they ever have before.
That's amazing. Looking ahead, what's next for Civic Roundtable? Where would you like to see the company in the next few years?
At Civic Roundtable, we are really excited about the potential for AI to power the work of government agencies and the individuals that work for them. We know that institutions are powerful because of the institutional memory that they hold, and the more we can leverage new technology to unlock the potential of that knowledge and make it even easier to be a public servant who is pulled in so many different directions to get their job done feels very important and very timely.
What's your best New York moment?
Some of my favorite New York moments have been walking to and from work. When I worked in city government, I was living right across the bridge in Brooklyn and working near and around City Hall. And what I loved most about that job was the proximity to the problems we were solving and the people we were serving. So the idea that I could hop on the subway or walk across the bridge and see so many of the projects that our agency had been working on or programs that we've been implementing have amounted to many special moments that you really couldn't experience anywhere else.
Thanks so much, Austin. It's been great having you here today.
Ditto. Thank you for having me.